Hello and welcome to another episode of the Atlas Solutions podcast. My name's Brian, he's Chad, and we will take you through some tech news and maybe a product review. Hey Chad, how you doing?
Hey, good, Brian. How are you? We got to talk about some changes that are probably going to affect some people in the Google world. So we use Google G Suite, as it's called, and we love it. It's great. We recommend it to customers. But one thing that's come down the pipe is called Google Workspace. It's all going to be the same stuff, but just a different price structure. And they're going to kind of, I guess you could look at it as almost like a bait and switch. Like we're going to give you all this stuff and now we're going to take it away. That's what it's going to feel like. But I want to talk through kind of the practical, like what's that going to do for your business? How's it going to affect your workflow, if at all? It might not even affect you at all. So let's take a look first at the prices. So the starter is going to be $6 a month. If you're a nonprofit, and I don't know this off the top of my head, but if you're a nonprofit, this should be a free tier. You should get this for absolutely free. You go through TechSoup or whatever, and you're going to get some licenses for free. You'll be able to have basic emails and some of those limited functions. The next level, which is as listed here, is the most popular. Is $12 a month per person, of course. What they are going to give you, and I think in today's world this is something relevant to talk about, is 150 participant video meetings plus recording. So that's kind of a big deal. That's like they're kind of stepping up their Zoom game a little bit because they were behind in that, to be honest. Like when you compare Google Meets versus Zoom and some of the other functions, it's not as good. It's not quite there. So this is them taking a step in that direction to say, hey, we're going to give you 150 users, whereas Zoom, for $15 a month, you get that unlimited user and you can do the, one person for free, 40-minute limit. So the other tier, the other big thing we need to talk about in this tier, the business standard, is we're losing unlimited storage, and we're going to be limited to 2 terabytes cloud storage per user. Now, before everybody freaks out, on whole, we don't see people use this a whole lot. Just to take, for example, let's say you have a 10-person team. You're paying $120 a month for that, and that is a total of 20 terabytes across all users of data. And of course, you can pay a little bit extra to get another terabyte if need be or whatever per person. But that's still a pretty good plan if you think about it. The unlimited, I don't know why they're taking this away. I did talk about this with a Google engineer a couple of weeks ago when I had a ticket open, and he was just explaining this is what's happening. We don't exactly know why. Of course, this guy didn't know, but he was just saying this is what we're dealing with. These are the changes that are coming down the pipe. Then, of course, the next level up is the Business Plus plan. So you're going to have custom secure business email, discovery, retention. That's something, and I'm blanking on the name. I think it used to be called Google Vault. The Google Vault was basically they're going to retain data for a period of time. So if you have a custom or a user on your team that quits and they try to delete all their email, no worries. The Vault has it, protected essentially. They're going to take that away. But they are going to give you that option in the Business Plus plan. Business Plus, you're going to get 250 participant video meetings, recording, attendance tracking, which I think is also pretty cool in 2021. And you also get bumped up to 5 terabytes cloud storage per user. Again, is that actually something that's necessary, something that everybody's going to have 5 terabytes? Probably not. We have a couple of users, couple of businesses that have, 10, 20 terabytes of photos and videos and things like that, which are not exactly practical to use in Google Drive. You could pull it off. But there's an argument to be made that you're not going to fill 5 terabytes in a single user in your common, law firm or something. So
yeah, if you're using that kind of data, you should be on another solution already.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And, because now we're starting to deal with, okay, we have a limit on data, but we don't even have the bandwidth to get it up there. You know, we don't have the bandwidth to get it from your machine up to the cloud, and there's different struggles. So I think this is actually an understandable move on Google's part, where they're saying, hey, we're just making some changes to the plans. You still can get there for a couple more dollars a month. I mean, I know if you're going from $12 to $18, that is a 50% increase to get a little bit more of what you already kind of had. I totally get that. And that was what was kind of disappointing to me, is that it's like, hey, for 50% more, you can almost have what you have currently. So the technical details of what's going to happen are still yet to be seen. Like, well, what happens if you do already have all that storage and you're already using that much data, and then they try to take it away? Well, I imagine you're going to get warnings. You're going to have pop-ups telling you, hey, you're running out of space. You need to buy the extra plan or whatever. We'll find out in the coming months. So, but I think that was an important thing that we needed to discuss, just to let you know that was out there. It was news to me. A little bit of a surprise when the guy was telling me about it. So keep that on your mind as you're going out doing your business, that those changes may be coming. So, Brian, what do you think about it?
Well, yeah, Google has a history, and you mentioned this before. They'll slap a beta tag on something for a long time, get you really using it, and break it in. Then you got to have it when they decide you need to pay for it. I think the biggest impact we're seeing right now is they've changed their cloud, like the apps for cloud syncing. They're kind of deprecating all of them at the same time before they've given us a new solution. That, to me, that's the biggest issue here. Is there's no good on machine cloud sync with Google at the moment. It's kind of all over the place. As opposed to the competition like Dropbox, Box, even iCloud. You know what you're going to get when you install those applications.
Well, and I think also Google, to kind of clarify what they are for people who don't know, Google Drive it's in the cloud, and there was an app at one point in time called Google Drive, but then it sort of changed into Google File and Sync, I think it was called.
There's File Stream at one point.
Well, File Stream's the more current one, but it's not the newest one that's coming. There's another one coming that we haven't seen yet. But there was like Google Download and Sync is what it was called. And it would do things like sync your desktop up to the cloud and your documents folder. And, Apple sort of had the competition there with iCloud syncing your desktop and documents as well. So there was kind of a conflict. So then there were lots of problems with file permissions and, hey, somebody's already got this Excel spreadsheet open in Google Drive and now somebody else is open it, and the whole thing gets corrupted and it was a mess. So then they came out with Google File Stream, which was different installer, different icon, and you had these little clouds next to the file that basically kept like almost a thumbnail version of that file on your system, and then it would sync the changes up to the cloud. So it was faster and less likely to corrupt the files. But even that now doesn't work on the latest architecture with Apple. So you can't use Google File Stream on the new M1 chip. So now you're left going actually backwards to Google Download and Sync or whatever it's called. And we're just kind of waiting for the newest thing. So we're sort of stuck in limbo, and it is what it is. But we just wanted to kind of inform customers out there. This is what we're dealing with. If you have questions, let us know, reach out, and we'll kind of help you, guide you through these untested waters, as it were.
Yes.
So that's it for today. I don't have any products that I want to review right now. There's tons of them, but I'm waiting. I did order the AirPod Max, so when I get those, we'll be talking about those more. But yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of good and a lot of bad. So I'm curious to get those and do a little review for you guys.
So the good is going to be, it sounds good, and the bad is going to be, it's $500, right?
$550. Yeah,
yeah, right.
So.
Awesome. You get education discount on that? That's
oh, of course not. No way. So, well, thanks for joining. Make sure and subscribe. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.